This is The World Now, bringing you the latest stories from around the globe. We begin in Mexico. President Claudia Sheinbaum denied on Tuesday that Mexico has reached any new agreement with the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. The DEA had earlier announced what it called the Portero Project, a major operation aimed at shutting down smuggling routes that move drugs, weapons, and money across the border. But during a press briefing, Sheinbaum stressed that no Mexican security institution has signed such an agreement with the DEA. The president, who has generally been proactive toward strengthening security ties with Washington and cracking down on drug cartels, reacted sharply to what she described as a unilateral statement made without prior consultation. In the DEA statement, its administrator Terry Cole, who was recently appointed to head Washington, D.C.'s police force, said the new initiative will involve planning and operating side by side with Mexican partners while bringing the full weight of the U.S. government to the fight. President Donald Trump announced on Tuesday that the White House is launching a full review of the Smithsonian museums, expressing frustration over what he perceives as an excessive emphasis on the negative aspects of American history. Trump said on social media that the museums overly highlight dark parts of U.S. history, including slavery. He added that he has instructed his attorneys to conduct a review using a process similar to the one he applied to higher education institutions. The museums expected to be affected by the review include the National Museum of African American History and Culture, the National Museum of American History, and the National Museum of Natural History. The Smithsonian has declined to comment on the matter. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has criticized French President Emmanuel Macron's decision to recognize a Palestinian state. Netanyahu said the move fuels anti-Jewish sentiment in France and rewards Hamas. He described the move as strengthening hatred towards Jews and endangering their communities. Macron's office called Netanyahu's claims incorrect and emphasized France's ongoing efforts to combat anti-Semitism. Macron announced in July that France would formally recognize a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly in September. With the third and final Downton Abbey film set to hit theaters this September, fans now have the chance to own a piece of the show's history. Props and costumes from across the series are going up for charity auction. Among the items is the bell whorl from the servants' hall, expected to fetch between $6,000 and $9,000. The family car, a 1925 Sunbeam, is estimated to sell for around $40,000. All auction items, including set pieces and costumes, are currently on display in central London for free. Proceeds from the auction will go to Together for Short Lives, a charity supporting children with life-limiting conditions and their families. Yoon Se-young, Arirang News.